Call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Could you all remain standing for a moment of silence for past superintendent who passed away, Peter Farrar. Thank you. Be seated. All right, call for a motion to accept the minutes of the October 10th, 2023 meeting.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Public forum for this evening? Nothing. Move on to reports and correspondence. I have nothing. Board membership? John?
Yes, we had our, I think it was since our last meeting, we had the Hall of Fame
Yeah, it
induction. And it was just tremendous. We had the breakfast from 8:30 to 10, and then at 11 the ceremony started, and we stayed indoors because of the foul weather. By about 9:30 there were about 12 or 15 people in the cafeteria, and I was very nervous. I was calling people to come for breakfast. But by the time the event started, the whole entire new, beautiful elementary cafeteria was filled. And as I mentioned before, we had some difficulty finding members of the 66, 67 basketball team, but 3 showed up, and they were really touched by the event, that they were remembered. And there's a couple others that were getting the plaques too. It was just a great event, and I want to thank Lisa and my colleagues on the board for continuing to support that event. It really is. It's just a ton of work, and it's never over with the work until it's over. But then it starts again. And it's just a tremendous event for the school, and I'm honored to be a part of it. And I just want to thank everybody for your continued support. What I did mention to everybody at the event was, and to the public that's watching, is we'll accept those applications year-round. There's a deadline for the following year. But we're constantly looking for people that excelled in athletics here. We also have, I want to remind everybody, an honorary position, which we have put one person into posthumously, but we have an honorary position. There's coaches, there's athletes, and there's teams. So if you feel like somebody should be in a team, and there's still plenty of athletes out on that gym wall that are deserving. Again, the committee doesn't pick and choose. We choose of the nominations who deserves to go in our opinion, and we haven't had any complaints yet. So if you're out there and you want to make a nomination, please check the website under the athletic department and nominate somebody for the Hall of Fame. It's just a tremendous event. And on another note, I just want to say our past superintendent, Mr. Farrar, I worked with him on the board for one term, and I thought he was a very nice man, and I'm sad to hear that he passed away.
John, on behalf of the board, I'd like to thank you for your dedication and your commitment to making sure the Hall of Fame goes on year after year, and all the hours that you put into this for you know, the past, the future, and the present athletes of our community. And also like to thank all the volunteers who helped you out and came down to decorate and put their time in as well. But again, on behalf of the board, thank you very much.
Well, Patty Steinoff and Katie Burns are on the committee, and then all, like you said, all the people behind the scene that are just too many to mention right now that help. You couldn't do this by yourself. They really do a great job. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Speaking of committees and Hall of Fames, Lisa Ramirez, anything on the arts? No. Okay. Thank you. Any board membership? Anybody else for this evening? If not, here we go. Our trusty correspondent from around the world, Jack Henry.
So for the happenings and events, the Ellenville Hall of Fame induction ceremony obviously took place on the 14th. We congratulate all of our inductees. The Walk to End Alzheimer's took place last Saturday in Montgomery, which was sponsored by the Key Club. The junior-senior high school homecoming pep rally took place last Friday in the gym during periods 7 and 8. The juniors had the most points out of each grade from all 6 activities. And the homecoming dance for grades 7 and 8 was from 4 to 6, and grades 9 through 12 was from 7 to 10. 50 colleges attended today's college fair in the high school gym. Each grade was called down to speak with different representatives from each college. And the Think Pink Cancer Walk, hosted by the Student Council, will take place on Sunday, and the walk will begin at 9. For athletics, the varsity football team won on Hall of Fame Day and the homecoming game, beating Rondout Valley and Tri-Valley. And the cross-country team will have their M. Halls Invitational on Thursday at the Hudson Valley Sports Dome. And finally, for fundraisers, the class of 2026 is selling Gertrude Hawk, and all orders are due tomorrow. And the Blue Devils merchandise sale is starting to heat up, even though the weather's starting to get a little bit chilly. We have hats, hoodies, and more now on sale. The link is tinyurl.com/ECSD merch, or you can just use the QR code.
Do you have any Krispy Kremes yet for Mr. Burns?
No.
Oh, okay. Get on that. All right, thank you, Jack, for that informative report. We'll move on to our superintendent, Lisa Lyles.
So a few things this evening. I'm going to echo the board president and John. First, the Hall of Fame was just excellent, very emotional to see people come back. People love the way the gym and the school looked, but I did it at the Hall of Fame event, and I want to do it publicly. John, you really got this thing off the ground for us. It is one of the best events we have, and it's just so great to see people come back. So I just want to thank you so much for all that you do with that. I also want to remind everyone that the elementary school is having their family engagement evening on November 2nd. If the board's interested in coming, call the office or call down to the elementary school. If anyone wants more information, we'll have that on our website, and we'll be making the announcements on Facebook also. But if you're interested, November 2nd. I also want to report that work's begun in the old elementary cafeteria. Everything is cordoned off, and they're working inside that space. The old kitchen, if you remember what that looked like, has been demolished, and they're in the process of putting the library together. We're hoping February, March sometime. We should be able to move into that space and get it open. Next summer is going to be a heavy construction summer, and we'll have more information and plans on what that's going to look like here. But we're well into that. And along with construction, this Friday we are opening bids for the construction work for next summer, and probably definitely at the next meeting we'll have recommendations for the approval of the work of the contractors. Annually, most of the time, we have our board meeting on the night of the senior high spaghetti dinner. But that night, we do not have a board meeting because it's the first Tuesday, which is November 7th. So I just want to remind the board and the public that the senior high, the seniors in the high school, junior senior high school, will be having their annual spaghetti dinner election night on November 7th at 5 o'clock. There's no board meeting that evening. I also, to echo Jack, we had our college fair today. I heard that it was a great success. We will have a presentation to the board about what that looked like we did last year. Mrs. Berry came. The fall athletic is changing up a little bit about the athletic banquet. We used to have one athletic banquet at the end of the year that went on and on for hours. We're changing it up this year. We'll be having the dinner for the fall banquet. We'll have a fall banquet and then a winter spring banquet. We'll have it at the school. We'll be having dinner here in our junior and senior high cafeterias, followed immediately by a presentation of awards for our students that participated in the fall sports in the auditorium. In the spring, it'll be winter, spring, and then honoring seniors at the spring, the winter spring banquet. That is on November 16th at 5 p.m. I had a request by the PTO, and we're going to be putting together a meeting so that parents can come to a PTO meeting and to ask any questions they have with regard to food service in the elementary school cafeteria. We're going to try to provide the opportunity for parents to see what that line looks like now and see what that space is. So they've requested that. We're working on a date with the PTO sometime, probably the end of November, beginning of December. So watch for that. That's coming. And that is all I have this evening.
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
Most importantly, I almost forgot. This week is Board Appreciation Week. I would feel terrible if I missed that. You have a journal and a pen at your desk. We get a gift for the board every year, but that really pales to what you do here for us and the support that you provide the community, the students, the whole school community. And I am humbly grateful for all that you do and all the time that you put in here. And for those, that don't know, these are volunteer positions, and we're grateful for you. And you don't hear it enough. I know you hear a lot of complaints, but the work that you do in communities is invaluable, and we all appreciate you very much.
Thank you. We will go, Mr. Napoli is on vacation, so we'll skip him and we'll move on to Deputy Superintendent Kelly White.
Good evening. I want to remind the community that now through the end of the month, we are collecting data for the annual Digital Equity Survey. The survey for students in grades pre-K through 6 was emailed to the primary parent or guardian listed in School Tool, and students in grades 7 through 12 will take it during their social studies class sometime during the month of October, between now and the end of October. So if you haven't already completed that survey, we would appreciate you taking the time to provide their responses. Additionally, I just wanted to see if the board had the opportunity to review the substitute teacher expansion and support plan in hopes that we can move forward with the proposal that I provided.
So if you have any questions, just let us know. Otherwise,
Sure.
we're going to try to move forward with that. But if you have any input and questions, let us know. But
Yep. We will certainly, yes.
Be by resolution that this happens, or is this just a practice that the school will enter into?
just a practice,
Yeah.
just expanding on what we're doing right now.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Any input, board members, please get a hold of the superintendent or deputy superintendent. We will move on to personnel resolutions for this evening. Under 5.1, substitute personnel. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be resolved that the following substitute personnel be appointed for the 23-24 school year. Been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. FMLA leave, be it resolved that Lindsay Kuros be approved for the use of unpaid leave under the Family Medical Leave Act.
So moved.
Been moved. Second. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. 5.3, Family Engagement Night. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be it resolved that the following ETA staff be approved to facilitate student activities, family workshops for the elementary family engagement night, not to exceed 3 hours at the contractual rate indicated. It's been moved. Seconded. Discussion. Mr. Burns.
Yeah, I attended this last year, and I'm telling you, for any of the parents out there, or anybody even in the community, this is not your average school night meeting. This was a tremendous amount of work went into this, and some very interesting presentations. I'd encourage anybody, including the board, to try and get to that. It was a wonderful event.
Thank you. Any other board members? If not, all those in favor? Opposed? And I'll abstain. My wife is on the list. 5.4 Family Engagement Night, SRP.
So moved.
Been moved. Seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Co-curricular personnel. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be resolved that the co-curricular personnel set forth at the attached list be approved.
Move the list.
It's been moved. Seconded. Oh, sorry. I just lost it. Let me get back here. Okay. It's been moved and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Upon the recommendation, 5.6, junior, senior high school extended day programs. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be resolved the attached list of junior, senior high school extended day program be approved at the contractual rate for the 23-24 school year.
So moved.
Been moved? Second. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Permanent appointment, 5.7, upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be resolved the appointment of Thomas Van Leuven, security attendant, be made
So moved.
permanent. It's been moved.
Second.
Second. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Can we do something about the feedback on this?
Feedback on this?
Yeah, on the microphone?
Okay.
Maybe they can. 5.8, upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be resolved that Tiffany Fernandez, teacher's aide, be made.
So moved.
Been moved. Seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. 5.9, permanent appointment. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be resolved the appointment of Natalie Evans, teacher's aide, be made permanent. Following, been moved. Second. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 5.10, permanent appointment. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be resolved the appointment of Sophia Vieri, teacher's aide, be made permanent. It's been moved.
Second.
Seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 5.11, create a one-to-one teaching assistant position. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be
So
resolved.
moved.
Been moved? Second? Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Mr. Burns. 5.12, upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be resolved that the following winter coaches be approved for the 23-24 school year. Some list has been
Second.
moved and seconded. Discussion? John?
Sorry, have we gotten numbers this year for participants? I know Mr. Solomon is new, but we had getting them there here. And again, a simple question, I'm assuming that they've given their go-ahead for these sports based on the numbers?
Yes,
Lisa?
there's a document that was uploaded yesterday
Oh, okay.
under winter sports signups, and they are just signups. Family, the portal just opened, so we will update that for you at the next meeting. Oh, I didn't turn this on, I'm sorry. We will update that list for you at the next meeting. Those are based on signups and not what's in the portal. So we will provide additional information, but with some of the agreements now that we have, if there's not enough athletes on a team, we're not going to move forward with the, with the team this year. So we're still muddling through that, but this is all based on signups, and I think we might have some changes.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Resignation, 5.13. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be resolved the resignation of Karen Guinea, teaching assistant, be accepted for the purposes of retirement
Second.
with regret. It's been moved and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 5.14, registered nurse appointment. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be it resolved that Cameron Orr be appointed to the position of registered nurse.
So
Step
moved.
1.
Second.
And moved and seconded. Discussion. I would just like to say how great it is to have one of our, graduates from Ellenville come back, complete the registered nurse, which is not an easy program to complete. She completed it, passed her boards. Kudos to her, and we certainly look forward to having her work here for many years. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Budget resolutions for this evening. Get somebody to move 6.1, 6.2?
Two.
It's been moved.
Second.
Second. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Education resolutions for this evening. Be resolved, the attached list of IEPs be acknowledged as appropriate. There are 64. Been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Resolve the following volunteers be approved for the 23-24 school year. There are 3.
So moved.
Been moved, and the list has been moved, and it's been seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Somebody want to move these construction resolutions?
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Under 9.1, donation. Resolve that the book entitled Extinction Warrior be accepted as a donation from Susan B. Weil from the Junior Senior High School Media Center.
So moved.
Moved, seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Previously tabled resolutions are 10.1. Upon the recommendation of Superintendent of Schools, be resolved attached list of elementary school extended day programs be approved at the contractual rate for the 23-24 school year.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? 2. Motion passes. Disposal of kitchen equipment. Somebody want to move that?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Mark your calendar. We do have a board admin retreat for our next meeting on the 14th. It looks like we're going to be going to an outside location. We'll notify you as soon as we're aware of that. And November 28th will be the next meeting. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Moved, seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? We're adjourned.